man. I do what I do.
Crying. Oh.
Now, this is an African leader, former president of one of the countries, and he about to clown his own people for all this begging. Y'all been begging this white man for all this time. Listen to him.
I don't know. Trump has removed money. He said he's not giving us any more money. Watu wanalia. Why are you crying? It's not your government. It's not your country. He has no reason to give you anything. I mean, hey, you don't pay taxes in America. He is appealing to his people. Shauri yenu bwana. This is a wake-up call for you to say, okay, what are we going to do to help ourselves? Instead of crying, tujiulize, what are we going to do? Haya, ametoa hiyo pesa, sasa tutafanya namna gani jameni? What are we going to do? Yeah? To support ourselves. Because nobody is going to continue holding out a hand there to give you. It is time for us to use our resources for the right things. We are the ones who are using them for the wrong things.
Yep. You're the one using them for the wrong things. Yeah. Now, that being the case, I think I've laid an adequate foundation. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Y'all hit the number 1 button. Make sure you are in here. And if you haven't hit the like button, make sure you hit the like button. Matter of fact, I need you to go ahead and hit that like button right now. Let me introduce a little music from, not music, but a little intro that my man Big Bass Light put together for me. It's called Hit the Like Button. I need y'all to go ahead and hit the like button. And when we come back, I'm going to continue this barbecue. All right, welcome back to the broadcast. So ladies and gentlemen, the reality here is that the United States is no longer tolerating illegal immigration, and the numbers prove it. The latest reports show that 40,000 African immigrants, okay, are set to be deported. Okay, and that's just for the starter. And the list is growing. And I want to be clear, it's not speculation. Okay, it's not hearsay, and this is happening right now. Some of the highest numbers come from Somalia. You got over 4,000 Somalians, almost 4,000 people from Nigeria, 4,000 people from Mauritania. And then you have other places like Guyana, Cameroon, 2,000 each, Ethiopia, 2,000, Senegal, 1,700 more or less, Gambia about 1,000, Sudan 1,000, and Eritrea about 1,000. And here's where it gets real telling. Okay, Jamaicans in the U.S. are now seeking to self-deport. They trying to get up out of here. Okay, they rather face the legal if they'll do that, because if they get deported by ICE, then they can't come back for 20 years. So according to the Jamaican ambassador, you guys saw him speak. His name is Audrey Marks. More and more of these undocumented Jamaicans are reaching out to the embassy trying to return home before they're forcibly removed. And see, this isn't a rumor. And it's coming directly from the governmental officials. So this is something that's serious and it's really in motion. Now, some people want to frame this as a humanitarian crisis, and they talk about reintegration challenges and due process. And, this is what they say. We don't want to send these people back. They don't. Let's face the facts. They violated immigration laws, and there's consequences. Some are overstays for visas. Some entered the country illegally. Some don't have proper foundation. Some people committed crimes. All right. And that is not discrimination. That's the law. You got to go. All right. Now, the enforcement is happening, and just as it should, because it's been a long time coming. Now, on November 24th, 2024, ICE deported, they reported that 5,120 Jamaican nationals have been issued their final orders. Okay, and that's a final order means, hey, you got to go. So they're going to be picking these people up and sending them home. And this isn't hypothetical. It's already happening. On January 30th, there was a flight from the United States that sent 50 Jamaicans home back to Kingston. Okay, and this is not an isolated incident. In fact, they do it on a regular basis, and I expect this to get ramped up. Now, here's the other thing. Okay, we're looking at something different, something called TPS, which is temporary protected status. there were 309,000 Haitians were given temporary protected status under Joe Biden back in November, and Donald Trump revoked all that, okay? So that means there's a total of about 500,000 Haitians that are about to be sent home. 500,000. That is going to create a humanitarian crisis in Haiti, okay? And we know, we've seen what happens in Haiti. There's already problems. And the question you need to be asking yourself is, Black Americans who see this and we know, why are we not in an uproar? Why are we not in an uproar? But see, here's another thing. There's also Nigerians, Ethiopians, Ghanaians, people from the Sudan. What's that guy from Sudan that y'all like to watch? What's his name? Fresh and Fitness or something like that? I know you want to keep that guy over here, right? I know you want that guy to stay, him and his people, right? So why are you guys not in, why are you Black Americans not in an uproar that Mr. Fresh and Fit's people are going to be deported like that? They're Black, right? Aren't they? Right? Because see, this is not just affecting criminals. No, they're anybody who overstayed their visa. Everybody can go. Nobody is above the law. All right, whether you're from Liberia, it's 1,500 of you all. Sierra Leone, it's 1,500 of you. It's 1,000 people from the Democratic Republic of Congo. Why are we not in an uproar that our immigrant brothers and sisters from the motherland in the Caribbean are not being sent back? Well, let me just suggest that many of these same Black immigrant groups, they have not extended the support to Black Americans in our fight for justice, civil rights, and economic opportunities, to say it in a more eloquent way. And over the years, we've seen many of these immigrants come to our country and literally distance themselves from the Black American experience and the struggles that we have had to deal with. They position themselves as a distinct group and often looking down on our community. Now, when these deportations are increasing, some of these same folk, low-key, expect Black Americans to rally behind them. Same as the Latinos. They expect Black Americans to come save them. And I'm saying ethnic Black Americans are foundational Black Americans so we can draw a clear distinction. But see, my thing is, where was that energy when we needed support? Where was our expedited visa papers to go to Ghana to get away from the institutional racism that we had? What about the Nigerian government? Where's our reparations from what you all did to us 200, 300, 400, 500 years ago, selling us to European slavers? Where were the alliances when we were fighting for fair treatment under the law? Well, if you can't answer that question, let me help you understand something. That's why the foundational Black American community is sitting this one out. See, the days of jumping into every fight, every political movement is over. Everybody needs to now take responsibility for their own circumstances. If deportation numbers are high, that means the laws are being enforced as they should be. And if certain groups didn't take the necessary steps to secure their legal status, that's on them. Because see, the era of free passes is over. Now, here's what I want you to understand. Now, many people don't believe that Black Americans, the descendants of U.S. slaves, also known as foundational Black Americans, ethnic Black Americans, played a pivotal role in making the Immigration Act of 1965 possible. And this is the very same civil rights movement that dismantled Jim Crow and secured voting rights and that helped fight against desegregation. And it also paved the way for non-European immigrants. That means Africans, Caribbeans, Asians, Latinos to enter into the United States in any significant numbers. But little did our ancestors know, right, that the very people who would benefit from this historic policy would later come to America and practice intra-racial exclusion and dismissing and often looking down upon the very Black Americans who fought to open the doors in the first place. See, it is the civil rights struggle that foundational Black Americans put forth in the Immigration Act of 1965 that went along with the other acts, okay, that did away with the immigration policy, which was in itself heavily anti-Black, anti-Asian, and anti-brown. Now, the shout out to my man Holgram EMC. Now, the National Origins Act of 1924. This was a federal law that put a strict quota that overwhelmingly favored white immigrants from Northern and Western Europe. They didn't even want Southern Europeans. They didn't even want Eastern Europeans. Okay? It outright banned people from Africa, Asia, and the Caribbean and Eastern Europe from coming to this country. And the law was rooted in eugenics and white supremacy, and it ensures that America remained a predominantly white Anglo-Saxon country. Now, it was in the 1950s, 1960s, and 1970s that the civil rights movement at that time was in full force, spearheaded by foundational Black Americans. And we spent generations fighting for justice. And so because of that, they lifted it. You had people like Dr. Martin Luther King, who advocated for racial equality and justice, Brother Malcolm X, who spoke against the hypocrisy of the American democracy, and he highlighted the U.S., how it was promoting freedom abroad while practicing segregation, exclusion at home. Then you had the Honorable Thurgood Marshall. He fought for equal protection under the law, which indirectly influenced immigration and reform. And then you had people like John Lewis. He marched, him and so many others that marched and protested, put their life on the line to ensure that the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act were passed, and those laws laid the foundation for what we later call immigration reform. What's up? Welcome to the broadcast. This is Uncle D. People wash their ass in the tub, Kamala Harris.
You would tune in to Uncle D. This Black man talk. Pull up, homie, take a seat. Don't be a shadow watcher every day. You learn something, then you earn something. Let them know and drop some money in the plate. It's getting cold, ladies, talking ratchet. There's a king here, grab your coat, zip your jacket. Keep quiet for a second, close your jaw. Attorney Spurling, this ain't pearly, know the law. Talking Constitution, pushing pins when he shooting, give him that. Masculinity, just for the record, sprinkle that. You can keep your cat, gotta cut it. Only cat he rubbing, gotta love it. I call it Molly Buddy. Gotta vote your interest, voting earns. Presidential, this is for the money that I earn. When you gon' learn, my people, that evil mixed with evil. No matter what you're doing, baby, this ain't equal. Sometimes when you're special, you get hated. The test is for the best, you're damn right, my people made it. Uncle D, Blizzard King, you been served, gotta notice. Now black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice. Now black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice. Now black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice. Now black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now.
Hey man, I'll do what I do.
Somebody need to whip your ass.
Get up and whip him, Sweets.
Hey, don't be putting the money in my hand all rough.
Take your ass out here. You buy you a Flowbee and cut your own damn hair from now on.